Here. Hey, folks, we're live. Arsenal Fan Circle. The lineups are going to be announced momentarily. I think Gary and I are both going to be watching them, but I think, Gary, you had some news from Charles Watts.
Yeah, he's got Pepe, El Neni, and Holding are starting. So that's five changes in all for today. I don't know what other changes he's talking about. But I guess Holding is in probably for Louise, El Neni for is that probably
Yeah,
Ceballos
I'm
maybe?
seeing that Pepe, Elneny, and Holding start. So Holding's going to be in for Luis, Gabriel, probably at the back. Uh, Tierney and Holding among those coming in to start for Arsenal today. James
Yeah,
bench. So we are
yeah.
going to
So
probably have a pretty decent side. Whether Bellerin is going to be partnering Holding on that right side of defense. Defense
okay.
is
All right, no,
is
here we go. Here we go. Even
yep.
more information. Tierney starts. Holding and Pablo and Marie are going to be partnering. So that means he switched his whole. Okay, yeah. So he switched the entire the center backs, both of them. So up top, let's go up top. Aubameyang stays. Pepe comes in. Odegaard stays in the same spot, and Saka. So the front four, he made what, two changes there. So as far as, well, no, it's one change really. He just pulled a Millsworth row out. That's it.
So
Uh,
Saka's
I,
in. Saka gets more minutes, right?
yeah, he does. And Xhaka and Elneny are the two midfielders, and then Tierney and Bellerin out wide. So Cedric, he's sitting. Gabriel, Luis are on the bench.
Holding Cedric
Ceballos.
or Bellerin.
But no, it's Bellerin is out right. So yeah. So Cedric is sitting today. Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Lacazette are on the bench. Which I mean, I get Smith
Okay,
Rowe
so
resting. Yeah, go.
let's confirm this. Bernd Leno, Tierney, Louise, Holding, Bellerin, Granit Xhaka, El Neni in midfield. Odegaard is our creative behind the front three of Saka, Pepe, and Aubameyang. That is your lineup today.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Gary? Not
I
bad,
it's
right?
it's a strong front. Yeah, it's strong front. El Neni coming in kind of I don't think it doesn't strengthen us, and it definitely it maybe slows things down for us a little bit there in the middle. Uh Holding and Marie, I think everybody, a lot of people are happy with that pairing. I mean, I kind of feel like Gabrielle and Marie, but I think a lot of people are happy with that pairing. We've been pretty good with it. So today we want to be a little bit more solidified at the back. That's a good way to do it, right? So
Hmm.
um, I'll
I'll
take. I
give
mean,
a
personally, I like to have. Sorry, firstly, I would like to have had them already played, not this be their first time playing in a while. It seems.
Yeah, shout out to five people watching. The assembles here. Give us a shout out where you're from, where you're coming from, and where you're tuning in from. And we're going to do a quick podcast here. Um, we did, Warren, thanks for joining as well from last week. And Warren, we will be doing a post game show as well if you want to join us about 7 p.m. UK time. Louise Holding Bellerin. Oh my God, we will concede four at least. There is a line of thinking there. Is David Luiz in?
He is. He's on the bench. He's on the bench today.
Oh, so is it Gabrielle? Did I miss that?
No,
Gabrielle's
no,
in.
no. Marie and Holding are our center backs
Marie
today,
and
right?
Holding. I'm sorry, Warren. It is Marie and Holding.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
I think a lot of people are happy with that. I still feel like Marie and Gabrielle should be the center back pairing. I understand the reasons why many think it shouldn't happen, but there's nobody, even some of the top professionals and commentaries don't feel like
hmm.
that's an issue. I think your best players should be playing together, especially when it's not going to hurt you as much as it would be, by having somebody with, who's lower. So what's that?
So Warren, I did send you down the wrong path. So I did say Louise was in. It's actually Mari's in place. So that's
Yeah,
actually, I think Mari and Holding played well together, and Warren said few because it's not David Luiz and it is Pablo
yeah.
Murray. Tony Turner, thanks for joining, Tony.
How's it going?
And we got Alonso dropping in as well. So, hi, Alonso.
Hey guys, how you doing?
All right. Very good, Alonso. Warren said absolutely Mari, and Mari or Gabriel could sit into that spot there. Yeah, so we've got the lineups here. Tony, what do you think of the lineups? We've had Gary's opinion, and now we're
I,
going to go to you.
I would have had Gabrielle in there instead of Holding, and I would have had Lacazette instead of Bomberang. Bomberang does not score against the top six. He's like one and way over 320 minutes.
His record against the top four, let's say, is not as good as Lacazette's. Lacazette is your big game player. Um, Tony, do you see Lacazette coming in after 60 minutes for Aubameyang?
Nope.
I certainly do. Gary, do you see Laka coming in for Oba?
Oh, Ray, you're just pushing my buttons again. Already?
No, no,
What
I'm not
what
trying
what
to.
is what has Arteta done that's shown you that he's willing to make a change like that? That's it. When we talk about consistency, he's consistently showed us that he won't make that change, even though it might be warranted in certain cases. Like,
He
you
did
know,
last Sunday. He switched Aubameyang for Lacazette, a straight swap.
Yeah,
last
like
Sunday,
72
what was
minutes
the
or
score when he
73
did that?
minutes.
What was the score
Yeah,
when he did that?
yeah, we were up comfortably. What 3-1, 3-2,
Yeah,
maybe
I mean that
3-0.
move wasn't we. The reason why you would bring Lacazette in today, right, is because what you probably want some goals, right?
Well, they offer you Lacazette's going to offer you something different. So Aubameyang is going to be in the team because I feel like we're not going to have a lot of the ball, and Odegaard can link up with Aubameyang possibly with through balls. And later in the game, Aubameyang's going to get tired, and Lacazette will come in to hold on to the ball. Let me. What do you think about that one, Gary and Tony? Let me bring Alonso in. Alonso, what do you think of the lineup?
I think that you know, I like Ceballos his last game in a league game. I think he did pretty well as far as going up the pitch, and assisting Bellerin. But I think bringing in either a Xhaka or Nene, kind of hurts midfield a little bit with creativity. Um, but
What we really have, Alonso, is Arteta setting up to live off of 30% possession because we'll probably have about 30% possession.
yeah, but Ray, I always like the partnership of Murray and Holding. I think that's the most athletic
Yeah,
or most consistent center back pairing, I guess, of the year.
yeah, and they're playing today, Alonso.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And then you had Tierney coming back the whole game. Um, I had no problem with Odegaard playing today as well. So I think that we're gonna miss. I think Amels's role a little bit. Um, but as far as that, I'm kind of okay with the lineup. I guess I think that Onene isn't as bad as people think he is, and I think Xhaka is still a question mark, especially during these games. I think he struggles.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm but, but
exactly. I mean,
I'm optimistic. So
um,
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Gary. Alexander Ardele, thanks for joining us. Martinelli over Pepe. So this is becoming a thing, Gary. Martinelli has not really been getting into our lineups, but he really should see some minutes today.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely should be coming in today. I mean, I mean, he's wearing. Like I said, there's got to be some rotation with the team right now. Just because I think we are, this is something new that we're doing right now. I don't. I kind of. Yeah. The way. Yeah. I'm. Yeah. I'm kind of. I kind of like to see Martinelli come in, and I think you waste away your players, and then when you need to depend on them, they're not fresh and ready to go
Mhm.
because they've been idle for too long, and that's kind of what happens. It's like a elephant graveyard. You kind of set them off there, you forget about them, and then they die off, and then when they come in, they can't give you what you're expecting because they've been so idle for too long. I kind of feel like yeah. So that's kind of where I go with that one. He needs to come in there. That's why I was hoping that Saka and Emil Smith Rowe both got some rest, so that yeah, you would have to probably move Pepe out to the right, but at least you would get some rotation in your team, and then if you needed to, you could bring people on and shift Pepe back out to the left if things needed to be done there, which I would see as a positive there. I mean, I'm happy to have Emil Smith-Rowe on the bench. I think he needs to rest. He looked like he was dogging it a little bit in the last game on Thursday, and I want him to be fresh for the next one coming up. Odegaard, I'm happy to see him with Pepe to see how that's going to work. I know with Aubameyang and Saka, it's going to work fine, but Pepe, hopefully he's able to continue where he was before. That's been the issue, right? We see him play pretty well for a little while, then when he disappears from the lineups and from playing time. So
I think one thing we
Yeah.
can look for, one thing we can look for today, which could be, we were just talking about this in the green room. Arteta always tries to do something, Gary, to tactically confuse Guardiola, and sometimes he gets in his own way, such as the
Yeah.
Willian false nine earlier in the season. And
Yeah.
it seems like a long time ago. I think it was the third or fourth fixture for us. We played City. There's a question mark, Gary, about, I think Saka and Pepe could actually rotate several times on different wings in this game.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen that, and hopefully we see that as well, because we're going to probably need that to take advantage whenever we can. So, yeah. I mean, I'm looking. I'm like I said, the front four looks fine to me. I think it was Alonso was mentioning about El Neni coming in. I think it's not that El Neni is as bad. It's just that his ceiling is pretty
It's
limited.
low. Yeah, he
Ceballos
gives
gives us
you
Ceballos will
consistency.
give us a higher ceiling when he's good, but that's the consistency there that we some games we see it and some games we don't. Whereas El Neni is kind of right in the middle of Ceballos. Right, going forward, I'm not sure they match each other equally, but definitely defensively, El Neni will give us something there. Shaka, hopefully Shaka continues to play the way he has, not giving up too many negative plays. Hopefully a lot more positive. I hope we're not mentioning his name much in the game with Tierney out there, right? I mean, hopefully that solidifies some things on that back left side. So that'll be nice to see as well.
As the assembled said here, we look like we're parking the bus. We're looking for a draw. The odd break will give us a win. Unfortunately, a loss is odds on. And I did a poll yesterday asking what was our chances of winning. 50% or more got 13%. Between 33% and 50% got 15%. Between 20 and 32% got 22% of the vote. And guess what got most of the vote? Less than 20%. We have a less than 20% chance of winning today with 50% of our base, Tony. So listen, I'm going into this game probably in good heart because I'm not investing too much in this game. I don't think we're going to win, Tony.
It's 3 points, Ray. They're all played the same, but that's better who your opponents are.
Yeah.
Be positive.
Usually, you, Gary and Tony, are more negative than I am. But I'm protecting my heart here about
Ray
this one.
thinks it's a throwaway.
Yeah,
game.
you've been praising Arteta for forever, and now finally you have a chance to do that. You're like, nope, not gonna do it now, not gonna touch it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Alonso, we've put out a decent side here. We like Pablo Mari and Holding. Arguably, the statistics could show that they're the best partnership because they played quite well last month for us. I want to say a big thank you to the 7 or 8 people that are watching it in here right now. So we're going to be around for another 15, 20 minutes. It's going to be a short one. Join us at 7 p.m. UK time. After the game, we'll have a post-game show. Alonso, so Arteta's gone pretty strong in what we thought could be, almost a B team versus Manchester City.
Yeah, because we had some players out still, or they're on the bench. We missed Party. So I think you're right, Ray. I think that we don't have our strongest lineup still on the team, but that's something we have to go with. I think that if you're gonna play with the top 6 or be in that conversation, they're gonna have to learn to play with a chip on their shoulder, right? And we haven't done that, so we need a break or two to at least be in this game, because we've seen in the past how they just destroy us, and I think that if we somehow, so I think the last game we played them, they beat us 1-0, right? 1-0. But we had to come out more offensively. We had to learn how to pass the ball they had to learn how to trust each other, or they had to learn how to trust themselves to get it going. And I think that it's just tough because we won't have a party in the middle, and we won't have
Yeah.
So I think that hopefully we get something going, and I think we had the speed to do so. But I think that this should be a close game, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Gary, I think it will be a close game. We were talking about, we're going to be defending. I think we're going to set up to hit them on the break. And as Warren said here, the doubts are Bellerin and Holding on that right side of the defense. And I think as Alonso said, Gary, the previous fixture at the Etihad was 1-0, but we have come a long way since then, particularly since the turn of the year.
Yeah, I mean, we have, but they have as well, right? They were below us on the table for part of that early part of the season, so they are definitely not the same team. And we played them with everybody, right? I think they were everybody was healthy during that game. So I think the structure and defense that he had in place definitely kept things easy kept things close for us, right? I think we made like anything else, I think we made maybe our clearance wasn't good on one of the balls or something like that, if I recall. So if we can play a little bit more solid, the one thing that I think we should look out for is to see how Pepe does as he track back, because we want to make sure that, because I'm looking forward to see him continue to do that, because that'll be telling as to how this game's going to go. If not, we're going to get punished for it. So hopefully he continues in what he's been doing before, and then go on the attack when we got it. Bamiyang's got to be clinical.
Yeah, Bamiyang I think he's going to be ready. I mean, he's faced a little bit of criticism. He probably would have heard about the three misses. And as a striker, you're going to look back at that game on Thursday and say to yourself, I should have at least scored one of those goals. And I think he's going to be ready. He'll take the chances needed.
Yeah.
Gary, I have a suspicion that Pepe and Tierney don't really link up very well on the left-hand side.
Well, yeah. I mean, this Pepe is a little different than the one that Tierney's played with before. I think he's gotten, we'll see. Like I said, that's why it's going to be telling to how he plays. If he's kind of, in a daze out there, then it's going to make things difficult for Tierney. But if he's kind of involved, then I think that'll open things up, and maybe we'll see. We'll see that partnership go, because if it can go with Cedric, it definitely should go with Tierney. I mean, it's not a step down, right? It's a big step forward. So that there should be no reason why it gets worse when you put Tierney and Saka on that side, right? I mean, that would be telling of that would be more that's for me, it's the coaching, right? You bring in a better player, one of your other players who needs that little bit of a bump, right? Tierney's got to be able to communicate with Pepe and get him kind of involved and engaged. So yeah, as much as I fear that, I feel like Tierney needs to show some of that leadership, because he's going to need to maybe push.
Maybe it will play to Pepe's strengths, because Tierney will force Pepe into that inside left channel as well with the overlapping runs. See what happens.
Bomberings will be hanging out over on the left too.
Tony, as Warren said, I wonder if we're going to get another shocking decision. I think that's guaranteed, Warren. We're going to get a shocking decision today. Hopefully it's going to be in our favor.
Thank
you.
you.
Referee and howlers yesterday. The penalty against Liverpool, which I actually think that was warranted. Trent Alexander-Arnold lifts his leg and takes DCL down.
More deserved than Luis's was.
More deserved than Luis's was. And I was waiting as well as you, Tony, for the referee to look at the monitor more than once, several times, take several minutes, and arrive at a red card decision, but it never actually happened.
They didn't review that. He just reviewed offsides.
Exactly.
Yeah, those rules don't apply, certain times, and
the more you see it, Gary, the more it lends to conspiracy theories against us.
I mean, they said there's no way he's playing the ball. If you see where the ball is, the ball's coming inside and he's on the outside, right? So I don't know.
And then also the goalkeeper, the handball in the penalty box yesterday as well, a clear one in the Burnley game. as well. Alonso, as the assemble said, looks like he'll put Martinelli on in the 70th minute when the game is lost, and I think that could be quite true. We could be a couple of goals down in the 70th minute. Hopefully, Arteta is trying to set us all out that we're in the game into the second half.
Yeah, and it's almost typical that he would do something like that, because against the big six teams, and we've always been playing catch up, right? So it wouldn't surprise me if we're down that he'll bring on a 70th minute and still lose the game, because that's how we're set up right now. And it's kind of discouraging as a fan, because you always want Arsenal to do well, and we haven't been doing that great this year. Prior to the winning streak we were on, in the holidays. So Martinelli should be starting, but he's not. So I think that he should bring him on in the 60th minute if we're losing, just to get us start going, and just go from there and hope for the best.
Yeah. It's great to have Warren with us in the chats. Warren, tune in with us at 7 p.m. If there's any major, and it seems like every game now, there's major talking points, referees, we're going to include you in the comments and get your wisdom here. Level 4 ref, Warren is, and the professionals are embarrassing them, Gary.
Yeah, I mean it's all about consistency, right? If they were consistent in their decisions, then you know what, we would be able to play towards that. But from game to game, it doesn't matter. You see similar situations get totally different results on different ends of the spectrum. Either nothing or red card, and it's like it can't be that cut and dry, especially when you're looking at it going, I don't see as much of a difference here. Tell me, and they need to explain it. I mean, it's that simple. They need to explain why a decision was made, even if it doesn't have to be to us. I think the teams deserve it, because then you can play to that, right? If you know a certain referee is going to make a certain call a certain way, then you play to that, and teams will just have to evolve. They do that anyways, right? If they know a particular referee comes in, and they know, what, if you do certain things, he's going to give you a penalty, a call, a foul, or whatever, then you play to that. But from game to game, it's inconsistent, and then you've got the VAR referee who is this was last week on the field, and you're like, okay, what a if they don't get you on the field, they get you up in the box. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, because you never know. But it's just consistency, right? Be consistent.
Yeah.
Be consistent with your follow the rules. If the rules are the rules, then they should be doing that, and it doesn't seem like they are. Right? The rules tell us to do one thing, and then it's all subjective all of a sudden later on. It's like it can't be. It's got to be one or the other.
Tony, it is interesting how you look at that Liverpool penalty incident. It is interesting how you look at it. I look at it as DCL trying to get to the ball. He's hurdling Trent Alexander-Arnold to get to it. Warren sees it that he's ran into the back of Trent Alexander-Arnold and goes over his head. Every ref spoken to is never giving it. It was already going down.
And I think it's because he raises his foot up there. It's definitely a penalty. If you want to give it a red or not, it's a different story, but it's definitely a penalty.
Yeah, I mean, Alonso, I think there's nothing wrong with that play. I mean, DCL is trying to get to the ball. You can hurdle over the player, but what I saw is Trent Alexander-Arnold raising his leg as well.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Right.
You didn't see it?
Yeah, isn't that supposed to be a red, right?
Supposed
to raise that leg like that. If that's done in the middle of the field, they give it a yellow easy.
Bad decisions by referees is happening to all teams. Arsenal use this as an excuse for the manager's incompetence.
No. This is just more to add on the pile. That's what this is.
Piling on.
As if we don't have enough. We're doing enough. We're doing enough pain to ourselves internally. We just don't need the three referees on the outside and one up in the box kind of help piling on. That's my concern, is that we just don't. Where's the luck? You get luck in games, right? We're not getting any.
And as Warren said, he's confirmed for us. If you first of all see that as a foul, then it is a denial of a goal scoring opportunity and a red card. So we're seeing inconsistencies. Let's talk about the referee for today, Jonathan Moss. What do you feel about him, Gary?
You know, I don't. I'll say I don't. I don't remember the referee. I have to see what he looks like. When has he done us wrong? Because that seems to be the case.
Yeah.
They've all seemed to have done us wrong. What did he do? What did he do? I mean, I don't feel like he's done as much to us in terms of calls against us. I believe he misses a lot, or he lets a lot of stuff go, and we never get to take advantage of it because that's not the style we play. But I think Man United isn't one of those teams that's going to come out there and kind of beat us up like some of the other teams that are kind of closer to our level, right? So that's what I think I remember from him. But I don't.
I mean, Zaka's get a red card today.
It's what?
So that means Zaka's I get a red card today.
Yeah, that guy's just a walk-in time bomb. You never know when it's going to explode, and
But
Okay.
it's funny because he does it always against the teams that we need to beat. The top 6 teams. He does it every time.
And this is where the leadership comes in, right? So Aubameyang and Tierney got to get into his head. I keep bringing Tierney up because I feel like he's the only vocal leader, one of the vocal leaders we have on the team. They got to get in Xhaka's head that, you know what, we need you in this game, not forget about all the little things. I mean, that's what leadership does, right? Aubameyang needs to go out and put the ball in the net, which will I think will calm Xhaka down. And Tierney needs to talk to him. So,
Gary,
go ahead. Sorry.
Let me give you. Go ahead, Alonso.
Gary, do you view Holding as leader?
Holding? No.
Okay.
No,
he's one of those. He's one of those players that leads by example. So
I don't know why so many fans want him as captain. That makes sense.
He's not going to be.
Are you Tony?
He's not going to be focal. He's not going to be a focal captain at all.
Yeah.
Listen, Ashton, really great that you found us over here. Did Nelson sleep with Arteta's wife, Gary?
He's done something really bad.
Did he get the folder off of Granit Xhaka's computer about the nudes or something?
I have a feeling he may spit out some of the pasta sauce when they went over to for dinner, and he didn't take a good liking to that. That's what I think happened there. So,
the refs. December said the refs are not picking the lineup, Gary.
I don't think the lineups and the referee behavior are related to what I'm talking about. I don't know if I wasn't trying to make that correlation between the two. I think it's the shirt on the back of the crest on the front of the chest and the referees maybe.
Fight for the crest on the front of your shirt, and the refs will give you yellows and reds.
Hey guys, I'll see you guys Thursday, right? I'm on to watch this game real quick.
What, sir?
I'm gonna finish watching the Villa game. I'll see you guys on Thursday.
Yeah, results are going our way, right? Leicester's still leading, and Tottenham lost 2-1.
Yeah,
big up West Ham. See you.
See
Thanks.
See you, Alonso.
We're gonna get out of here in a few minutes. Gary and Tony. Not that I need to give you Manchester City's lineup because we know it's going to be formidable, but here it is: Ederson, Cancelo, Diaz, Stones, Zinchenko, Fernandinho, Gundogan, Bernardo, and then the front three of Mahrez, De Bruyne, and Sterling. That is a good side.
You didn't say Foden, right? I didn't hear Foden.
Foden. No, okay. Foden is a substitute.
No, I mean, De Bruyne back is something we expected, right? Gundogan back is definitely a surprise. It seemed like he wasn't going to be playing, but what player ever? When's the last time a player has been injured and never come on to play against Arsenal? Vardy's, had a broken leg on Monday, and on Wednesday he's playing against us in the last 30 minutes. So it's like. I don't believe any of those injury reports, especially when it's Arsenal coming up next, because the players are always healthy when it comes down to it. I mean, I think I mentioned it on Twitter. We we give up. People don't want to miss our games because we seem to be always giving presents to them. So
thank you,
yeah.
Warren.
All right,
We'll see
Warren.
you
We'll see you later. Yeah.
7 p.m. There'll probably be something we're going to gripe about in terms of Jonathan Moss. I know he's done us bad in the past. I just can't pick. I can't remember the games. I've got that feeling about every referee except maybe Anthony Taylor at this point in time. Have I got this right? Aubameyang is up front despite his record against the top teams. That is true, the assembled, but let's not forget
He'll be on a left like he was.
He did score in the FA Cup. When Aubameyang is dialed in, I wouldn't be surprised if he would score today. You know what I mean? At all.
Okay, so let me get this right. So now you want to use the FA Cup.
It's a game, right?
Race for excuses.
FA Cup games.
Ray pulls the FA Cup in and out of your
Just safety.
Now you want to bring it on as a positive, right? Yeah. But if I tell you, based on what I saw in the FA Cup, I should see better in the Premier League. I should see some similar results in the Premier League, and I don't. Yeah. So tell me what's the difference.
It's a 90-minute game. There's no difference, right? I'm really hoping Aubameyang will be dialed in. Miss Molina, Mohamed El Sideways to save the day. Hopefully he can hold on to the ball all day long and pass it sideways.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing about that though is that the team structure is different now, so that hopefully will look out of place if he does that, right?
Mm.
I mean, I think if you're doing that in this game, I think Odegaard is going to be screaming at you. Saka and Pepe should be screaming at you. Tierney should be screaming at you if the ball's going backwards. Holding or Marie should be screaming at him if he's passing the ball back to them. I mean, I know everybody looks at that play from Xhaka, right, where he doesn't. Yeah. But I think as people said, his intent was never to pass it back forward on the move by Tierney. And you know what? It should be. And hopefully they've looked at that and said, you know what? You have to make that. You have to assume that he's going to make that run because especially when you've got space and time. Right, even if he looks and then protects the ball and goes back, but he never ever turned towards Tierney. He was going the other way long before Tierney made his run. And mentally, I think he was. So
that's all I did in the second half was pass it back.
So Gary, let's get out of here. I'm emotionally not investing so much in this game. I'm going to take the positives from this game. I think we'll get beaten 2-1.
What's your throwaway game, Ray?
Yes. It's not a throwaway game, but we're playing Manchester City, a team who's won 17 games on the spin. And I do believe that these runs do come to an end. So this is my hope.
Well, see why not today? See, that's the thing. Why not today? We deserve some of that.
Exactly.
We've been playing good for a while. We've got a system. We've got a system in place that should get us a win in every game we play. Why not this one? We've had some losses we never expected, right? The Burnley loss. Why don't we correct the Burnley loss today? Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the Burnley loss and go, that's a surprise. That should never have happened to us ever.
That is the big surprise of the season so far.
Right.
We need a landmark win, right?
Yeah. Okay. I had to look at what John Moss looks like. Yeah. I feel like I don't feel like he's done us wrong as much, right? But I feel like he may miss a lot of things, and teams can take advantage of that. And we need to take advantage today.
Definitely. Okay, Tony, you're going to be positive of all days. You're going to be positive now.
Yep.
Okay. Let me have it. What's positive? What do you think? You are always positive, except when you're talking about Granit Xhaka and players like that. And Alex, thanks for joining us, Alex. Place bets on if Willian gets a play today, Tony.
100%.
Of course, he's coming on. He's getting minutes today.
There is no way he's not playing. I mean, he has to play. I mean, hopefully he comes on because we need to give players rest. Saka. And when I mean rest, it means because they've done a really good job, and they need to come off, and hopefully good things are in our favor at that point. So yeah.
Tony, your prediction.
2-1 Arsenal.
All right, positivity reigns. I think we're going to lose 2-1, but I'm hopeful. Gary,
Yeah,
you already get that, right?
I feel like we should be able. We can pull out a draw in this one. We just have, we have to hopefully play to whatever Arteta has in mind. I mean, hopefully his mind is to get something out of this game, and not kind of like you said, give up on it before the game, the whistle's even blown. So I feel like we should be able to come in with a plan that gets us some positive moments in the game, and we need to take advantage when they come, because they will come. We just need to take advantage of
Yeah,
them.
we're going to get those chances with this lineup. I mean, it's going to be backs to the wall a little bit. People, if you're watching here on playback or live, check out Tony's GoFundMe page. Spread the word, share the link, donate the price of a coffee or something more if you can. Help him get the prosthetic leg that he does need. He did have an amputation over Christmas holidays, and we are around 10% of the mark, so we want to push that a little bit more to 15, 20%. This is your lineup for today. Hopefully, I'm hoping we can pull off a result. Aubameyang redeems himself, and Pepe might come to the fore today again if he needs to. Until then, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Do appreciate everybody who tunes in. And come back in, 3 hours from now? 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. UK time. We'll have the post-game show. It'll be about 45 minutes after the game, so emotions may be a little bit raw, but we'll try to give you balanced analysis of what happened in the game, and hopefully we're talking about a win. And one final thing, Gary and Tony, results are going our way. So if we're going to be hurt today, it may not hurt as much.
No, that's bad thinking. You've already said something about the game. No, we need to take advantage of what happened today, right? Teams
I would
drop
love
points,
to.
or teams did not get extra points that that we feared they would, and we need to take advantage of that. I mean,
if we can pull off that win, we'll jump above both Aston Villa and Tottenham today. If we can pull off that win, playing at home, let's give it a go, right, Tony?
Yep.
All right, until 7 p.m., we will see you. Enjoy the game. And, we'll see you 7 p.m. We're out of here. Come on, you Gooners. Come on,
everyone.
you Gooners. Up the Arsenal. Let's get that win. Those will be a trade